Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And I just wanted to talk about this whole Tamar and Kandi situation. Okay, first of all, like I said in one of my videos, this is like Big Brother did their homework on this one. The simple fact that they knew to put Kandi and Tamar in the same house, they knew it was going to cause drama. Y'all did an excellent job with that. Now, with that being said, okay, this is how I look at this whole Tamar and Kandi situation, and why, if they don't get it fixed in the house, it won't ever get fixed. So for those who don't know, you know, if you watch Big Brother, this is what I heard. Now y'all tell me what y'all heard. For the people who've been following this, y'all tell me what y'all heard, and I'm gonna tell y'all what I heard. This is what I heard. This is what I heard. I'm acting like I got some motherfucking sources, bitch. Do you hear me? This is what I heard. Okay. Escape, you know, Kandi, for those who don't know, Kandi is a part of a group, was a part of a group. I don't know what Kandi be doing with Escape Child. Anytime they accept an award, Kandi is part of the group. When it's not time to accept the award, Kandi not part of the group. I don't know, child. So Kandi, before Real Housewives of Atlanta, all of that, before OLG, Kandi was a member of an R&B group called Escape. They broke up a while ago, right at their best album, one of the best albums of all time, Traces of My Lipstick. It's one of the best albums of all time. She was in a group Escape. And then Tamar, you know, she's known for, you know, the Braxton Family Values. Even though Tamar had an album come out like in 99, somewhere around there. I think I was in high school. First album I bought of Tamar's. I still listen to that album to this very day. So Tamar is best known for Braxton Family Values, Toni Braxton's baby sister. So Escape had a tour. Tamar was an opener for the tour. It was headlined by Escape. So from what I understand, one night, Tamar decided to bring on Kaya and T.S. Madison. For those who don't know, Kaya and T.S. Madison are two girls, two women. They used to have a show called The Queen's Court. It used to come on Facebook once a week. It was one of the best shows that had ever been created. Basically, they would go in on, well, not they. Kaya will go in on celebrities. So, like, for example, if a celebrity did something, they will talk about the celebrity, drag the celebrity, and then they will sentence the celebrity to, like, you know, a week in jail. You need to go to therapy. You know, it was always like, we gonna sentence them to whatever, next case. It was one of those type of like, kind of like a Judge Judy, but a fun Judge Judy, where like we gonna drag the celebrities and tell them what they gonna get at the end of the dragging. Kai used to drag everybody. Now, a lot of people may not know this, but at once upon a time, Kaya used to drag the dog fuck out of Tamar. I was a fan of Kaya's vlogs, probably about 10 years ago. That's when I was introduced to them. And I remember one vlog that bitch had. That bitch was dragging the dog fuck out of Tamar. From what I understand, I think at the time, Kaya had made a video. She was talking about Tiny. Tiny is also in the group Escape with Kandi. I think Tamar came to the defense of Tiny. And because Tamar came to the defense of Tiny, Kaya ended up dragging Tamar too. So ever since then, Kaya would drag the dog fuck out of Tamar. I'm thinking this is what happened. Now, this is what I'm thinking happened. I'm thinking that Tamar was like, at the time, the Queen's Court was big. I'm talking about the Queen's Court was trending every week. Like, it would say on some real shit. It would say Donald Trump, the Queen's Court. What the fuck? Like, the Queen's Court was trending every week because of some crazy shit that Kaya done said. So I'm thinking this is what happened. I think Tamar was like, you know what? This would be good for my set if I get in good with this bitch. She won't drag me every week. Because even on the Queen's Court, Kai was still dragging Tamar. Now, mind you, this 7-8 years later, Kai is still dragging that hoe. Do you hear me? So I'm thinking, Tamar was like, you know what? If you can't beat them, join them. If I get in cool with Kaya and T.S. Madison, then them hoes ain't gonna drag me no more. So I don't think that Tamar was being messy in the fact that she was inviting Kaya to the show, because the truth of the matter is Tamar probably has got dragged worse than all those bitches. But see, the thing is, Kaya has talked about Kandi, she's talked about Tiny, she's talked about T.I., which is Tiny's husband. She's talked about them too. So I think that they were thinking that Tamar was being messy by inviting T.S. Madison and Kaya to the show. But the truth of the matter is, Kaya done drug Tamar worse than she done drug y'all. I think Tamar's whole thing was, if you can't beat them, join them. Let me invite this bitch to the show. The crowd gonna go crazy. They gonna get crunk. I'm gonna come out, do my little routine. They gonna say my routine was everything. They brought out the Queen's Court. It was off the chain. Kandi and them thought she was being messy and petty. I don't think Tamar was being messy and petty. You can't be messy and petty when bitch she done got the worst dragging out of all of y'all. So that night, some mess happened. From what I heard, then the Queen's Court came back and said that how they would not allow us to go on stage, how they tried to kick them out of the venue. It was a big mess. A big ass mess. So I guess at that point, they pretty much stopped fucking with Tamar Kandi. Because of that. Because the truth of the matter is, if Xscape had an issue with Tamar, they wouldn't have invited her on the tour. Like that was their tour. You see what I'm saying? Like they didn't have to, agree to Tamar going on their tour. So I think when Tamar and Kandi were talking in the house, and Kandi was trying to explain to her, and see, this is the problem that people have with Tamar, is because she's so animated, she's so over the top, that you can't really have a conversation with her, because even when Kandi was trying to tell her, well, at the time, I felt that you were being petty. Petty? Tamar, she's trying to talk to you and explain to you how she felt at that time. Not today. That time. And because you only want to hear that she called you petty, or she thought you was being petty, now it's his whole, and then the whole conversation starts to go left, really because of you, Tamar. Like, I try to defend Tamar, I really, really do, because I love Tamar, believe it or not. But I also understand why some people don't like Tamar. And I also understand why why it would probably be hard to have a conversation with someone like Tamar. Because she's so animated and so over the top. But anyways, so yeah, I don't think that Tamar was being messy. I do agree with what Tamar said. Like, if we don't talk about this in this house, Kandi, like, once we get out of this house, bitch, we're not going to talk about it. So either we need to talk about it now, or we're not going to talk about it when we get back in Atlanta. You already know that. Like, I feel as though the truth of the matter is, as much as it may get mad, this is what I think. I think Kandi really don't give a fuck, honestly. I really don't think she gives a fuck. I think Tamar gives a fuck. But I think that Kandi is willing to sit down with Tamar. But I think Tamar needs to cut back on all of the extra. Like, and I do think that when Kandi laughs, I don't think that it's like really disrespectful. Like, because I do the same thing sometimes, I'm not going to lie. Like, I remember just a few months ago, one of my managers walked up to me, she was saying something, and I started laughing. And she was like, why are you laughing? And I was just like, I'm not being, like, sometimes I have like this nervous laughter about me. And it's not like I'm being disrespectful. I'm really not. But I think that's what Kandi does too. It's like this nervous, uncomfortable, like, girl, what are you talking about kind of laugh. But not like I just got my ass beat by my husband. Girl. Like, that's something I would, like, I just gave you an example. If you came up and told me, girl, me and my husband got into a fight last night, he dragged me down the stairs, I'm like, oh my God, girl, are you serious? You see how they can come, how somebody could probably take, like, why did you just giggle? Like, I'm not giggling, like, I'm just like, are you serious type of, it's hard to explain, but people who do the same thing that Kandi does, like I do, like Kandi. I think they understand what I'm trying to say. But if you don't get it, then you would probably think that it is disrespectful. But even when they tried to sit down, I don't think that Kandi was being disrespectful. I just think it was more of a like, girl, are you serious type of thing. Sometimes it's like uncomfortable. Sometimes it's a nervous laughter. But I think because Tamar is so sensitive, everything, it's like you almost have to have a speech written by somebody who writes speech for the president to even sit down and have a conversation with Tamar. Because if you say one word, if you do one thing, the conversation goes completely left. And it's like, Tamar, girl. That's why you can't get past. That's why you can't have the conversation, because really and truly everything that's said, you latch on to every fucking word, girl. But I do think they need to have a conversation in the house. Hold up. I do think, excuse me, I do think that if they real, everybody not meant to be friends. That's the first motherfucking thing. So they don't need to be friends. They ain't gotta be friends. But if they just even want to just, they're gonna have to talk about their situation from beginning to end. This is what happened. This is what I thought happened. This is what I heard was said. This is what I heard was said. This is what I thought you did. Well, this is what I thought you did to me. Well, this is what they said you did. Well, this is what they said you did. You see what I'm saying? They're going to have to lay everything out on the table. And I don't know if Kandi is willing to do that. Because I think Candy's whole thing is, a part of me feels like on some real shit, like Kandi. Oh, I just thought about this too. A part of me feels like Kandi is low-key being petty. Because Kandi, the truth of the matter is, girl, I refuse to believe that you didn't know. I don't know. I gotta go. Bye, y'all.